Welcome to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, the podcast urging you to let it go and don't look back. With nationally acclaimed professional organizer Christine Stone and self-proclaimed hot damn mess radio and TV personality Eden Kendall.
Welcome to Uncluttered and Unfiltered. I'm Eden Kendall.
And I am Christine Stone with Neatly Designed.
We invite everybody to listen and enjoy, but for those over 50, we like to say you have found your people. One aspect that you can't deny is the changes that happen to your face, to your hair, to your skin, to your body as we age. And I don't know about you, Christine, but I am very suggestible. I will see a cream or a potion or a this or that, the other, and I'm instantly intrigued. I don't always go for it, but I always am like, tell me more, tell me more. So you have actually stumbled across some gadgets, and there are two reasons why we want to talk about this. For one thing, you know, that's clutter if you're buying a bunch of things that you don't use.
Well, that's why I wanted to talk about this, because there are so many products on the market now. And then the minute, just like you love one, then they update it or they change it or they change the strap or they do something. So then you're buying another one. So yes, we will be discussing clutter and gadgets.
Okay. So yesterday I received a text from Christine. It's a photo. She sends me this picture and she looks like C-3PO from Star Wars. She's wearing this mask, and I know we may not, are we going to start out? Okay, so we do have video going right now. So there she is, looking like a transformer.
And I'm going to say, I bought all of these myself. No one sent them to me. I started kind of during COVID, you know, that 2 years I was home, I'm like, and, you know, I got mask knee a lot. Every time I would go to the grocery store and wear a mask or go to the doctor's office, I would come home and be broken out. So I had heard so much about this because it's not only for anti-aging, but it's also for acne. And I, even though I'm older, I still suffer from acne.
What is that thing called?
It's from Dr. Dennis Gross, and it is his mask. And I have to say, I've been doing this for 2 years, and why I love it, 3 minutes a day.
So what do you do though? Does it turn on?
Yes. It has different setting. That's for just anti-aging.
So that's like a red light.
That's just for acne.
Pink light.
And that does both. Acne and anti-aging.
Okay, but what do they say it does? Like, what do you think is happening?
Acne, it really does work. It kills the bacteria in the skin. This is supposed to build collagen.
Oh, that makes sense.
So, you know, I tried it. I was like, okay, it's an investment. I'm going to do it. And I mean, you'll see, because I'm going to talk about, I am the gadget queen, only because I started doing this at like 57, maybe. So for 3 years, I've been buying different things. Now, listen, do all of them work? No. But one thing I've learned, if you don't keep doing it, you don't see any results. It's something you have to really be devoted to on a regular basis and really follow the directions, because, you know, some days I'm like, I just don't feel like it. And then you get into the habit of what 3 days goes by. So if you use them, they work. If you don't use them and they just sit in a drawer, no, they don't work.
Talk to me about your husband, Mitch. What did he say the first time he walked in and saw you in that mask?
Well, I mean, please. He was scared to death. He's like, what are you doing? I said, it's anti-aging. The dog ran out of the room. My kids, of course, had to put it on TikTok.
Of course.
And I didn't care. I said, I don't care. I like it. It's easy to do. See, for me, if it's easy, I'll do it. If it's difficult, I will not do it. I will start to do it, and then I'll throw in the towel. And that's where we go with all of these different beauty products I have purchased.
So, I almost bought that one with a little balls.
Well, now they've changed it to something different. I loved this because you didn't have to use an app. Now, of course, the new one, you have to use the app. Okay.
So what is that?
That's
like
for lifting, and it's really good for drainage, lymphatic. It's good for fine lines. And I have to say, I have been using this for over a year, and when I'm consistent, it works. If I quit using it, forget it.
I have another friend who uses one, and she swears by it. This is the new face. Okay, it looks almost like a little snail, like if you think about it. But so I'm very suggestible, like I said. So I'll get something in my brain that I want, and this thing, I started Googling it and looking at all the videos, and I was all sold on it. So I sent the link to my family for Mother's Day.
Yeah, for a gift.
Did not get it. Did not receive that. But, so then I tried to talk myself out of it. I'm like, I'm sure it's just a, No, so anyway,
it works. It works if you use it. Like there are instructions in the beginning that you're supposed to use it every day, and then you can like kind of wean off to, it's a system. I've gotten to the point where I don't have to use it every single day. This one is the Zip.
That looks like a mouse, like a computer mouse.
It looks like a mouse. And this one, you have to use an app. And the only reason why I love it, because it really does work. It really, you can tell after you've used it, it just gives you a glow. It just lifts things. It helps under the eyes. The only problem is if you want to multitask, like say you want to watch a YouTube video or listen to a podcast or whatever you do, you can't. You have to use the app in order to use this. So that sometimes I just don't have time to do. Also, they have different programs, and there's one that's like 2 minutes long, but there are longer programs that I'm going to be honest, I just don't do, because some of them are like 20 minutes long, 15 minutes long, whatever they are.
Is it like Peloton where there's other people doing it at the same time?
No, it's just the owner, the founder. She's on there and she did all the videos. And, they're great. They're great instructional videos.
Workouts it's like a workout for your face.
It's workout for your face and neck. Definitely don't forget the neck.
You had me at neck, because that's the one thing you cannot disguise.
This is my newest one.
What the heck is that?
And this I bought because Tracy Ellis Ross was touting it. And that's another thing I do. That's a whole nother story.
A celebrity that you look up to.
Well, yeah, that I love or I follow and they look amazing. Then, of course, and this was very inexpensive. So that's why.
What is it?
It's vibrates. You turn it on and you use it on your neck, under your eyes, on your forehead, and it's like a lymphatic massage for your face and neck. This is easy because there's no instructions. I mean, you just move it around. You always kind of go away from, go up and out, as they say. And, I don't know. I think this is too soon to tell, if you want to know the truth. This is one of my more recent purchases.
Okay.
But, it was inexpensive enough.
I want to make sure everyone understands that these things look very clean and neat, and they're stored in a nice little box. We'll get to that, of course.
Yes.
We promise.
This is an ice roller. This is also not really expensive. This is basically for under the eyes on your, like say you wake up and you're really puffy. I have a lot of allergies. I think it's the dog too, but no one will say that in my family. So I use it to kind of depuff under my eyes. And by the way, I don't use these things every day. I mean, today I timed myself. I used, I would say, almost all of them, and it took over an hour. Like, really, who has over an hour to use all of these tools?
Could you not, for the ice roller thing, just get an ice cube, though?
No, because you can't have ice directly on your skin because you may burn your skin. Whereas that, you let it sit out for just a couple minutes after you pull it out of the freezer, and then you just roll. Of course, I have the Jade Roller, which, by the way, was one of my very, very first purchases out of all of this. I don't know. I still use this. I use it a lot around my eyes. I use it on my neck sometimes. I think, if you want to know my opinion, I'm almost over age group for this. I think like my daughter even uses one of these, and I think it's great for depuffing, and it's also lymphatic whenever you massage your face, it's supposed to be like a lymphatic drainage thing.
Oh my gosh, she's still going, you guys.
I'm still going. This is my newest purchase from the Nordstrom sale.
Okay.
You know, the annual sale. So sometimes I take advantage of that too. When there's a sale, I wait until things go on sale. This, I definitely think the jury is still out on.
Is it okay that this is making me laugh that you have all of these things?
Well, you're younger than me. You just wait. You won't be laughing then. This is for like your lips, your eyes, like these lines. I don't know. It's a new face product too. I kind of have to say I really like this one better. I thought this would be easier for travel, but I don't know. I've used it on my lips and around my eyes. I have to say the jury's still out on this one too.
I feel like airport security has to familiarize themselves with all of these things. Otherwise, how would you even get through?
Well, I haven't had that problem yet.
Good to know.
But then here's the thing. There's always attachments.
Right.
This is where the whole, how do you organize them? How do you deal with so many of them? Because you have attachments. You have, I have an outlet that I use. Thank God it works for all of these, because if not, I'd be in big trouble. You have all the gels and serums that you're supposed to use with some of these. So what I did was I got these inexpensive containers that open up, and it has each new face, zip, and mask.
So what we're looking at now,
they're charging cords.
They're charging cords, and they're labeled for the appropriate piece of beauty miracle device.
And then I stick them in the container so I can see exactly what I have when in my bathroom drawer. So that way I can see exactly what I have. If you don't do this, I'm going to tell you the truth, it will take over your bathroom. It will take over drawers, countertops. So it's really important that if you say you try something and you absolutely hate it, or whatever. I mean, I've used some of the gels and I had an allergic reaction to one of them. Don't beat yourself up over it. Yes, these are expensive. These, not all of them, but a couple of them are pretty expensive. You know, give them to a friend. It just didn't work out. Beating yourself up over something you paid a lot of money for and still keeping it just causes more and more clutter. So let it go and don't look back if it's something that just didn't work for you.
Now, I brought a device too. I did. I brought a device too, and it doesn't have any cords, and it doesn't have anything that is causing a problem with storage. But I do find myself looking for it all the time, so I need to come up with a place that I always keep it. It is this little razor blade, and you can get them everywhere that, you know, like CVS, Walgreens, whatever. It's just a little razor blade. And ladies, if you're over 50 and you haven't considered whether or not you should be shaving your face, please turn on a backlight, look in a mirror, and see if you have peach fuzz all over the place. Because this is the one thing, like one day I was doing this. I was just shaving my face. I mean, I could use a men's razor. There's no reason I couldn't use a leg razor or whatever. But I somehow feel better about myself using one of these like dermaplane little you unflip it. It looks like almost like a switch blade, and you just, you know, do your face. And I was watching and I saw the fuzz flying off my face. It's not going to grow back thicker. Your makeup will stay nicely. Your products will absorb better if indeed you're like me and you do have quite a bit of the peach fuzz that grows on your face now naturally. And I never noticed it before until last couple of years. And it was my hairstylist that said, you got to start shaving that.
The only thing, I have done that before. The only thing about that is you really have to take the time to do it and do it right, because I have even cut myself with that. And also, if you have very sensitive acne skin, so you really have to know what you're doing with each of these. And of course, you know, not everybody has skin like mine, so they're free to do whatever they're able to do.
I would say that this is the kind of thing where ask your dermatologist, ask somebody in the know, or try it on a very small area first, and or all of the disclaimers. But I'm telling you, I had no idea what was there, because after a while you don't see it.
Well, you must not use a magnifying mirror, because I see everything.
You do?
Oh, I have a magnifying mirror.
Not only do I not use a magnifying mirror, I'm so nearsighted, and I don't put on my readers or my contacts when I'm doing anything.
Yeah.
So I
see everything.
I'm always shocked when I see a picture or a video, because I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't see that in the mirror.
Yeah.
So, yeah, these are the kind of things, though, that they will come your way when you are 50 plus, and you will just be like, okay, wait, now that I see this, what can I do about it? Or should you even bother doing anything about it?
Well, that's what I mean. How many is too many?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just like technology, they keep coming out with something better and new. And so I've even thought to myself, how many is too many? When do you draw the line? So I think that's an individual choice. I think it's a financial decision because, like I said, some of these things are not cheap. And I also think, what are you trying to improve? What are you trying to achieve from these? Like, so for me, I'm not going to get a neck lift out of these. I mean, a real neck lift. You can't have unrealistic expectations.
Precisely. And also, it is about how you want to spend your time. I would imagine the ritual of this is relaxing.
It's very relaxing.
Very spa-like. I see an hour's worth of time to use all of this as time that I could be, I don't know, going for a run or walking the dog or doing
Well, you don't
laundry.
use them all at the same time. I did today for a time to see time-wise. No, you don't use all of these at the same time. They're on different days for different needs.
I gotcha. Well, I mean, it is impressive, and I am definitely interested in whatever it is that you do that makes you look the way you look. And we have been asked that question. I have been asked that question about you, and I mentioned that last week.
You guys, so nice.
So, I mean, it's just whatever your comfort level is. There are some people listening who would say, you know what, forget all that. I have a great plastic surgeon, or I'm going to just look whatever age I look because that's what my mom did and my grandma did. And guess what? All the love to you. That is fine.
I think I have always thought every individual woman should do whatever they feel makes them comfortable with. Some people want to have plastic surgery. Some people don't. Some people want to do a little of both. Whatever works to make you feel better about yourself when you look in the mirror, because really that's what we're talking about. But do it for yourself, not for the neighbor down the street or your friends or even your husband. I mean, you should be doing anything to improve yourself for yourself. And so that's kind of what I've taken away from all of this is just, there are little things I do for myself. I mean, are they miracles? I don't think it's a miracle. I just think you get a little bit of something from each little thing.
And here's another thing I love about this. You could look at the name of our podcast, Uncluttered and Unfiltered, and how we talk about let it go, embrace your age, do this or that. And then you might think, okay, so they're obviously sitting there thinking that those of us that are fighting tooth and nail to keep our looks or to keep our youth, that there's something wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Look, you don't go out and buy equipment like this if you are ready to just go quietly into the next stage. As far as your face,
and also if you don't want to have, if you don't want to have a facelift though, or get your neck done, these are the perfect type of things that just give you a little bit of something. And like I said, you're younger than me. Sorry, but she is. Every year changes. So you'll see when you're 60, it changes. To me, it was a drastic change from like 57 to 60. I don't know why. I just feel it just was a big change. So this is maybe even for someone who doesn't want to have plastic surgery. They just want to feel good when they go out to dinner, because it depuffs around the eyes or gives the cheekbones a little lift, There's no harm in that, in my opinion.
I have one more thing to ask you, and then I know we want to get to the next thing. But have you seen this thing that I saw Jane Fonda wear this in an episode of Grace and Frankie, I think is the show, where it's like you pin it to your face almost, like you use rubber bands or whatever, and it's like a rubber band, it pulls your face back.
Oh, I saw that episode.
Yeah, and then Jane Fonda lets it go, and her whole face just goes kaplunk.
It's whatever you feel comfortable with. A lot of people, they want to just do a little something, and those, at least it'll tighten the neck temporarily. There's a lot of under eye creams that tighten temporarily. I mean, we haven't even gotten into all the face creams and
that's a whole other
eye
day.
creams and in-office procedures. I mean, there's so much on this anti-aging topic. This is just stuff you would do at home.
Well, so these things are the kinds of things that are always in the goodie bags at the Golden Globes or the Oscars. That's because these celebrities, before they have a big event, they're all doing these things.
They all have their makeup artists use a lot of these items before. Of course, they probably do it in an office and do a million other things at the same time. But these are just tools that they've brought into your homes now so that you don't have to go into an office for every single thing, because sometimes you just don't have time. And like I said, this I got when I was sitting in lockdown, and I'm like, why not do it now?
That's the face mask, the one that looks like
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
So, like I said, it just depends on what you're looking to do to improve your skin or your
And from
face.
a clutter and unclutter standpoint, I think the biggest thing to remember too is don't keep it if it doesn't work or if it doesn't work for you. And also make sure those cords are labeled for what they go to. And
Absolutely, or else you'll just have a whole bathroom drawer full of gadgets and cords. If you don't have a system in place, you'll never, and let me tell you, with these, you lose the cord. You have to buy another cord that fits. I mean, you don't want to lose these cords.
That's a whole thing.
Because that's a whole nother thing. You want to be able to keep the cords so you know where they are. And also, you want to just make sure your bathroom isn't being overrun by all these. Like, have a space for these items kind of separated. That's what I have, just a little area that I keep all of these things in.
in addition to all of the cords, it comes usually with travel covers too. So you have those in a completely separate bag, right?
Well, I keep these in my travel section in my house. I have an area that is labeled, and every one of these comes with a bag. So I like to keep them all in a clear zipped bag. And that way, when I'm traveling, I just pull this bag out. I put each item in its bag and then put them in a larger bag. So it really is important, because if you lose the covers, then, you know, you really should keep these items sterile.
So you're not keeping them in your bathroom in the covers. You're taking the covers and you're putting the cover with the other covers.
Yes.
And that way you know that you have it.
Yes.
That's important information. I like that.
Thanks.
So we invite you to visit us on all the different socials and on our website, and we will find ways to show off some photos of all of this. And we have video that we were taking this whole time as well. So we'll make sure that you know how to find all of that information. We always ask you to please share and like and follow and all of the things you do with podcasts.
And also message us and let us know, like, what gadget are you using, because I'm dying to know. I can spend hours watching beauty bloggers. That is like the thing not a lot of people know about me. And I love watching tutorials on what they're using and what they're doing. Of course, there are over 50 beauty bloggers. But so if you are using something that you think I should try, I'd love to know, because I'm open to anything. And or if you think that this is, you know, something you're not interested in, I also love to hear everything. I love to hear everyone's opinions.
Mm-hmm. Like if it's something like, you know what, I tried this and that didn't work, or
Right.
it scared the cat. These are the kinds of things that we want to know. Until next time, remember, we want your feedback. And more than anything else, we desire for you that you can just let it go
And don't look back.